Hello again, students. So we continue our biology form 4. Okay, chapter 1, Introduction to Biology and Laboratory Rules. So previous class we already covered the 1.2, a 1.1 and 1.2 subtopic. So today we will finish our chapter 1, okay, by covering the 1.3 and 1.4. Communicating in biology and scientific investigations in biology. Okay, 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14. Let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14. Objectives in communicating in biology. The first one, you can communicate by constructing tables based on experimental data. Plot a suitable graph based on the data from the experiment. Sketch biological drawings based on observation. Identify body planes, sections, and directional terms in organisms. And in scientific investigations in biology, you can design an experiment to solve a problem using scientific investigation method. Okay, the first one, communicating in biology. Okay, what is communicating in biology actually? Ini adalah melibatkan a table, a graph, drawing. Okay, itu adalah communicating in biology. So tables adalah used to record and present the data. Okay, when we conduct an experiment, okay, the data, the result need to be recorded in a table. Okay. For example, for comparison, okay, for comparison, and then the data also organized lah, more organized. Okay, the headings in the table consist of manipulated variables and the responding variable with the respective unit. So maksudnya table itu, jadual itu kan, mesti ada manipulated variable dan responding variable. Tetapi mesti ada unit. For example, manipulated variable temperature, you need to include the unit degree Celsius, for example. Okay, the manipulated variable is placed in the column on the left side. Okay, so the left side column at the left side adalah untuk manipulated variable. Lepas itu right side adalah untuk responding variable. For example, this one lah. Okay, example, this is table volume of oxygen released by aquatic plants at different temperature. So different temperature, this is manipulated variable. So you put at the left side lah. First column here. So temperature with the unit. And this is the responding variable, volume of oxygen released. This is centimeter, cubic centimeter untuk isi padu volume. So with the unit lah. Okay, second one is graph. Okay, the relationship between the manipulated variable and responding variable can be illustrated in graph. Okay, kalau tadi table itu untuk record kita punya data, record kita punya what we call result. So graph ini adalah untuk menunjukkan kaitan di antara manipulated variable dengan responding variable. So ada beberapa jenis graph seperti line graph, bar charts, histogram. Semua ini adalah dikategorikan under graph. So this is line graph. Okay, line graph. So this is the title. Okay, title. And then this is y-axis. This one is x-axis. Okay, y-axis is the responding variable. And the x-axis is the manipulated variable, temperature. Okay, and then the title of the graph is mesti bagi tahu graph of responding variable versus manipulated variable. Okay, mention first the responding variable, baru the manipulated variable. Itu untuk title. So in point kita letak sebagai simbol X lah, appropriate symbol. And then scale dia mesti uniform. Here 10, 10, 10 kan. Sini 2, 2 kan. So skala mesti uniform. Okay. And this is examples of bar chart. Examples of bar chart. Ini under kategori graph juga. Okay. A bar chart presents data using vertical bars that are not attached to each other. Okay, so first you draw two axes di sini. This one is Y and this one is X. Okay, remember Y is responding and X is manipulated variable. Each width of the bar needs to be uniform. So di sini kalau lebar dia begini, so kena uniform lah lebar dia, kelebaran dia. Dan dia punya tinggi adalah according to kita punya data lah. Yang lebar itu sahaja yang mesti uniform. Dia punya ketinggian adalah bergantung kepada data kita. Okay, so selalunya bar chart ini digunakan untuk comparison lah between two or more item. For example, here in figure 1.2, blood type. So we have blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, blood type O. So blood type A, how many students? 26. Blood type B, 5 students. AB 7 and O is 2. So we want to compare the item here lah. Item here is the blood type lah. Okay. Sesuai untuk perbandingan. Right. And this is histogram. Example of histogram. Histogram shows the visual distributions of data and the frequency of a value in a data set. Okay, so histogram ini adalah untuk frequency. Okay, frequency. Method of drawing a histogram: draw axes Y and X. Okay. Insert label and units. The same size or width of the bars must be the same for all class gap with no spacing between the bars. Okay, so here the width of these bars is must uniform lah, macam yang bar chart tadi. Tetapi bezanya di sini adalah di sini kita tidak ada gap. Banding yang ini bar chart dia ada gap di antara dua bar. But here dia tidak gap. No spacing. Okay. Okay. The graph title must be written as y-axis baru x-axis. Maksudnya di sini responding baru what is this? Manipulated variable. Tajuk tajuk graph. Okay. Next one is biological drawing. Okay. Biological drawing must be exact to give an accurate representations of an observed specimen. Okay. Characteristic: large and accurate. Use a sharp pencil and not a color pencil or pen. So maksudnya lukisan itu large lah, bukanlah yang kecil saja macam tai kambing kan. Large and accurate and use pencil that is sharp. Bukan pen, bukan warna. Not shaded. Jangan shaded lah macam lukis apa ini Naruto, macam lukis kartun. Bukan, not shaded. And the lines drawn must be clear. That's why dia cakap di sini perlu sharp pencil. Okay, and then the lines must be clean and continuous. Bukan mau sambung-sambung. Do not use ruler to draw the outline of a specimen. Okay, so maksudnya dia freehand saja, tidak payah tulis guna ruler. Sebab ruler itu kan terlalu terlalu lurus. Alright. Nanti fake pula your drawing kan. Alright. Drawing must be labeled. Okay, mesti ada label. Kalau dalam soalan-soalan pun, kalau dia suruh kamu lukis, kena ada label. Okay, jangan biarkan kosong, tidak tahu apa itu. Alright. The label lines must point to the correct structure. No arrowheads. Maksudnya kalau buat garisan itu buat garis sahaja. For example, you want to point to the nucleus of the cell. You just point to the nucleus of the cell. Jangan lagi buat arrowhead. Okay, cukuplah garis lurus. And then must be straight. Jangan kasih macam ekor lah kan. Must be straight and not cross each other. Okay, mesti kemas lah. Drawings must have titles seperti table, seperti graph. Mesti ada title jugalah apa yang kamu lukis itu. Okay, each structure in the drawing must be placed in correct position and its size should be proportionate to the rest of the structure. A plan drawing is a line drawing that shows the outline of a structure. Outline of a structure saja itu kita panggil plan drawing. Kalau detailed drawing shows the cell in a structure. Maksudnya dia lebih detail lah. Dia lebih detail apa sel yang ada di dalam. Okay, the magnification factor of a drawing must be stated. For example, length of drawing in cm over length of specimen in cm. Maksudnya kena ada skala lah itu. Okay, skala. So kita dapat this one 2.4 for example, divide 1.2 kita dapat 2x. So the magnification factor is 2 times lah. 2 times. Okay. Okay, so this is plan drawing. Only plan drawing. This is detailed drawing. So kita nampak daripada nama saja kita tahu apa itu plan, apa itu detail. Detail is more detail lah. Right? So this one is plan, section and direction. Mesti kita tahu apa nama-nama terminologi dalam term-term dalam biology lah. Okay, for plan, section and direction. Research and observations of an organism structure are done based on plan, sections and direction. The plan refers to a flat surface of shadow passing through the body. Okay, there are 3 main planes used. So refer this figure. Sagittal plane. This one. Nampak? Gini. Frontal plane divides the body from front and rear parts. Depan dan belakang. Itu adalah frontal plane. Dia membahagikan badan depan dan belakang. Itu adalah frontal plane. Horizontal plane. Nampak ni horizontal plane? Ni. Horizontal plane divides the body into upper and lower parts. This is upper and this is lower. Itu kita panggil horizontal plane. Kalau sagittal plane tadi divides the body left and right. Nampak ni yang ini. Left and right dia kasih bahagi, itu adalah sagittal plane. Horizontal plane up and lower parts. Frontal plane adalah depan dan belakang. Alright. Okay. Cross section. Cross section divides the structure into upper and lower portion horizontally, while longitudinal section divides the structure into left and right portion. So example, this is cross section of carrot and also longitudinal sections of carrot. Longitudinal section adalah dia potong memanjang. Kalau cross section adalah dia potong begini, membulat. Okay, itu maksud dia. So kita belajar sekarang adalah term-term. Dia punya term, istilah-istilah. Kalau longitudinal, yang memanjang begini. Kalau cross section, dia cross the body. Okay. Many anatomical drawings of animals and plants need to be labeled with directions. All vertebrates have the same fundamental body plan that is symmetrical. Direction consists of anterior, ventral, posterior, dorsal, superior, inferior, and lateral. By studying anatomical directions in biology, you can identify the orientations of the vertebrate that is stated. So this is another terms yang kamu perlu tahu. Apa itu anterior, apa itu ventral, apa itu superior, and so on. So we go one by one. Okay, for example, this is human and this is fish. Okay, so superior di sini adalah bahagian atas. Okay, part that is above all other parts or towards the head. This is superior. And then this is inferior, is below the parts or towards the feet. Okay, itu kena tahu. Kalau lateral, midline. Maksudnya di tengah-tengah lah. Tengah-tengah. Okay. So di sini contoh ikan. Contoh ikan, sebab ikan ini dia kalau dalam air dia berdiri saja kan, bukan berdiri apa? Dia punya kedudukan like this bah. Kan? Kalau fish. So senang untuk bagi example for fish. So anterior is front. Posterior is belakang lah, back. Okay. Dorsal is upper part. Ventral itu yang lower part of the body. Okay. So these are the terms that you should learn lah. Apa itu dorsal, what is posterior, what is anterior, ventral. Alright. Okay kan? This is terms, directional terms in biology. Alright. So this is 1.4, the last subtopic in chapter 1 biology, scientific investigation in biology. So same as chemistry, there are scientific investigations also in biology. So dia biasanya hampir sama. Okay, scientific investigation, you should remember the steps the steps. First one, identify problems. Sebab biasanya keluar dalam objectives, the steps of scientific investigation. Okay, the first one is identifying problems. Apakah masalah yang boleh diuji dengan menggunakan kaedah scientific investigation lah. Second one is forming a hypothesis. Third one is identify the variables and also controlling the variables. And then you plan the experiment, carry out also the experiment. After that, you collect the data, interpret the data. After that, forming a conclusion, write a report. Okay? So report itu sebenarnya kenapa perlu report? Supaya sebagai bukti bahawa kamu sudah conduct the experiment. Begitulah, kan? So this is the framework of report framework. For example, this one, the aim is to study the effect of activity on people's pulse rate. Kadar dia punya pulse. Apa ini? Nadi kah? Alright. Denyutan nadi dia. Alright. Kesan activity terhadap pulse rate. So problem statement, ingat mesti buat ayat dan ada question mark di hujung. Wajib So what is the effect of vigorous activity on people's pulse rate? Apakah kesan aktiviti cergas ke atas pulse rate? Okay. Pelajar. Hypothesis. Okay, ramalan kamu, the pupil's pulse rate increases after a vigorous activity. Okay, variables, we have manipulated, responding and fixed. Manipulated dia adalah vigorous activity lah, sama ada dia buat itu activity, vigorous activity ataupun tidak. And then responding dia adalah dia punya pulse rate lah. And then fixed dia pupil dia. Okay, and then material and apparatus, stopwatch, specimen dia, pelajar lah. Okay, procedure, counts the pupil's pulse for 1 minute before carrying out the activity. Sebelum carry the activity, kena count dulu dia punya pulse. 1 minit. Berapa? 1 minit berapa kali berdenyutan. Second one, the pulse is counted by placing 2 fingers on the wrist. The pupil is asked to carry out the vigorous activity for 3 minutes. After the vigorous activity, count again for 1 minute the pupil's pulse rate. The pulse lah for 1 minute. After that, we record the result. So this is pupil. So we have pupil A and B before the vigorous activity and after the vigorous activity. Okay, and then we have discussion and then conclusion. So di dalam conclusion kamu ulang balik kamu punya hypothesis sama ada dan state lah sama ada hypothesis kamu itu accepted or rejected. And then barulah prepare a report. Alright. So this is the summary for chapter 1 biology. We have studied the fields and career in biology, safety and rules in biology lab, communicating in biology, okay, the terms and also the scientific investigation in biology. Okay, the steps from problem statement until conclusion. Alright. Okay, so please do the work. Buku kerja yang cikgu bagi. Belum ada buku kerja, download the PDF file. Okay, so let all that you do be done in love. Okay, let all that you do be done in love. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14. Alright, thank you class.